offensive because it used to be medically used, like in the form of mental retardation, but that's been changed and since used as it's now disabilities that they use instead, and so they're now people are still using that word and it's really offensive.
I think the R word is offensive because it creates another category of person, and so we're all just humans and we should all love each other and not create these other categories that we put people in, but we should love each other despite our differences.
It's offensive because you never know who you're hurting.
You call people dumb or stupid or special or challenged, those words could be equally as offensive as the R word.
In terms of the R word, I think a lot of times people say the word special.
Slow.
Calling someone an idiot.
I think whenever I hear that word, when someone else says it, I can say to them right then that they can stop saying that it's offensive.
I think myself, I can just try not to say it as much as I do because I know sometimes it's just really easy to slip out, and if maybe I stop saying it, then other people won't hear it coming out of my mouth and won't want to say it as well.
I think the best way to participate is to just lead by example and not use the word.
I think that it is fair to say that a majority of people don't think of the stereotyping that they are doing when they use the R word in an everyday context. Most people use the term casually and don't mean any harm. Just like someone saying someone or something is silly or ridiculous. For me personally, before taking my first recreational therapy class, I would not have thought twice about using the R word to describe myself, someone else, or a situation. However, as soon as I was introduced to person-first terminology, my whole world changed. I started to notice how much the term or like terms were used in everyday conversation. Whether you are using the R word to describe someone who does have a cognitive disability or to describe a person or a situation that has nothing to do with disabilities, it is wrong in all ways. Every time someone uses the term in its slang fashion, it implies that all people with a cognitive disability are stupid or slow or special, or fit the criteria of whatever the context of the situation you are using the term in is.
Special is defined as of being a distinct or particular kind, or a particular individual.
The definition of challenged is lacking or deficient in a specified respect.
Retard. To make slow, delay the development or progress of, hinder or impede.
Yes, I do notice I use it a little bit too frequently.
I never used the R word because my mom was always very strict about that growing up, so it just became a habit for me.
I try not to use it very often because someone told me once just how offensive it was and how often that I had used it in my own language, so now I'm more mindful of that.
I try not to say it, but when I do, I feel like I catch myself.
Goofy.
Nonsense.
Ridiculous.
Wild.
Unique. Extreme. Spontaneous.
Mental retardation was originally a term to describe people with specific intellectual disabilities. Over time, the R word began to be used as a slang word for dumb or stupid. This is hurtful to people with intellectual disabilities, which makes the R word no different than any other minority slur. By choosing to end the R word, we encourage the acceptance of people with intellectual disabilities. First-person terminology supports the dignity of all people. We need to choose our words wisely so that they promote individuality instead of hate.
Spread the word to end the word!